Esther here, CEO and founder of Virtual Assistant Internship and the 90-Day VA program. I've helped over 1,500 women work online, work from home, and I've been doing it myself for the last 7 years. And for the last 3 years, we've been traveling the world and homeschooling. And so right now I'm coming to you from a random Airbnb in the bedroom, which I don't normally do, but it's because my husband is kind of sick, and so I quarantined him because I'm not sure if he has the COVID virus or not. And my son's like running around the living room. So it's like, I'm just gonna go escape to the bedroom and give some resources to all of you who may be venturing into the work from home or the homeschooling thing for the first time. And I get to come and be a veteran of this and help you. And I have so many resources that I've helped other people with. And I get a lot of questions about kind of the homeschooling and the organization and the routine stuff, a lot of how we do all of this, and I haven't really gone into detail. So that's what we're going to go into detail. I'm putting together this little video series for you. In this first video of the series, we're going to talk about getting yourselves set up, organized, in a routine so that you're prepared for however many weeks, months, or years you end up wanting to do this kind of lifestyle. So long after the virus has passed, if you're watching this video, it's still going to apply. If you're currently trying to scramble doing this from home, it's going to apply. Then I'm going to talk about some resources in the next video, homeschooling stuff. So full curriculum or just small supplementary curriculum for certain areas if you're wanting to do that. And pretty much all of it's free. And if it's not free, then it's low cost. And then I'm also going to give you some resources for stuff just like if you're stuck at home with your kids. And if you're quarantined or if you're sick or they're sick or whatever, or you're just working from home and you're trying to get a few moments peace and you don't necessarily want your kids to play video games all the time, but you can't also like take them to the park, then I'm going to give you some resources for that too. And I'm also going to throw in some work from home resources for those of you that are interested in getting started in that and you're wondering like, what can I even do? How do I do this? Or maybe you're working from home and you're like, I like this. I don't want to go back to the office. Well, then I can give you some stuff for that too. Okay, so in this first one, let's talk about just getting ourselves organized and getting ourselves sorted so that we are ready for this craziness, because it doesn't have to be crazy. Homeschooling him and traveling or working from home, and he was home with me since he was 3 and he's now 9. So I've been doing this for a really long time, and I've done it through all different kinds of ages. And so the first one that I want to express to you as kind of a veteran is that this isn't the same as when you were in an office and you're sitting there, you're working 8 hours. And like, maybe you don't work in an office, but you'll have these long stretches where you're able to get work done. It's not the same as that, okay? You're not like this idea of like, I'm just gonna sit on my laptop from the bed and my children will play at my feet. It's gonna be so nice. Like, that's not reality, okay? The reality is that your kids need attention. And if they're getting homeschooled right now, then they're gonna need a lot of attention. The reality is that they can't sit there for 8 hours while you get your stuff done. So you need to have just kind of a mind shift and change what your expectations are for both yourself and your work and for your kids as well. So be realistic about how much you can get done in a day, how long of a stretch you can work, and be realistic about how long your kids can entertain themselves so you can get stuff done, or how much you need to set up for them so they can do their thing, and how much they can do themselves or you can do yourselves. Like, just be honest. And you can't compare where I am with a 9-year-old. It's not the same as when Ben was 3. You know what I'm saying? And so you have to think about yourself too, depending on what age your kids are. Just be realistic about what you can do. Like, my kid never really napped after the age of 3, but some of you have these great long stretches of nap times where you can get stuff done. Vice versa. My son can entertain himself for pretty much the whole day, but that means it's just going to be on video games. So I have to get more creative and have him do other things, and so that's the kind of stuff that I'll be throwing in here too. So that's the kind of the first thing, getting your expectations organized and sorted so that you just are going into this with a clean slate and not being like, well, I should be able to do this and they should be able to do this and I should be able to, like, it's not going to be the same. So just let that go. The next thing that I would tell you is to give yourself a schedule. So What time are you guys all getting up? What time are you getting up? I like to get up before my family does, so I have a good 30 to 60 minutes, and I eat my breakfast, I drink my coffee, I read a devotional, or I listen to like a little bit of church snippets, that just something to get me ready for the day before my kids start talking to me and asking me questions. And so that might be something you would consider too. And then otherwise, like my son now, he won't get out of bed really unless I make him. And so 9 a.m., that's our start time. You need to be dressed. You need to have already eaten breakfast. That took a few weeks to get under control. And you need to be at the table ready to do your work and do homeschool. That's our expectation that we set for the day and that we agreed upon. And then what's the other intermittence? I don't know a good word for that. Iterations. You guys, I haven't lived in America for so long that my English is just like going. This happens all the time. I don't know what I was thinking, but like, what's your other agenda for the rest of the day? So for us, I'll give you my example. We go from 9 until 11 or 12, and we do school time during that. I don't plan any other work during that time. I try not to take meetings during that time. Like, that is my time where I give my son 100% of my attention. Yeah, I'll have my computer and I'll try and do like little things here and there, but not really. I don't want to be annoyed with my kids asking me questions during his designated school time. I had to learn this the hard way. I kept going, and then it was just making us both be frustrated. So don't do that. And then then we have a family lunchtime, and he gets a break from school. He can usually do whatever he wants. And then we'll have a time where he kind of has some free time, but then he has a limited screen time. He gets either 2 to 4 hours, depends on the day of the week. And then after that, he has to earn more screen time. And he has to earn that by doing different kinds of things. And it's going to be the kinds of stuff I'll go over in the future resources. And I also made you guys a little freebie. You can click the link. It'll be wherever, in the comments and the notes, wherever you're hearing or listening or watching this at. And if you click File, Make a Copy, it's called Screen Time Keeper, and it basically says, hey, your screen time's done. Here's the magic keys of things you can do to earn more time, such as do chores, play outside for a while. It has like a certain amount of time associated with each one, different kinds of stuff like that. You can exercise, like things like that. So that really helps as well. And then also we have set times about for dinner. Sometimes we do family movies. Sometimes they have quiet time, reading time in bed. After 6 p.m. and onwards, we try to shut technology down, things like that. So come up with what your schedule and your routine is going to be for your family, and like come up with, here's what I'm suggesting, but like try to make it collaborative so that your kids are buying in on it too, and that they're in on it too. And you have to also hold up your end of the bargain. So if you're saying that, hey, from 7 to 8, we're not having screen time, then you have to follow that as well. And maybe that's the time then you guys do some reading too. So just so you know, because your kids will totally call you up. Okay, so I wanted to extend an invitation to you. If you are wondering how to work from home, I want to make sure that you get a free ticket to my virtual summit. It's called the Work From Anywhere Virtual Summit. It features 13 different online jobs you can do and 10 classes on different resources on how to get started, such as bookkeeping, finding clients, getting your resume remote ready, so much goodness in there. And the jobs I'm talking about aren't like $5 per hour jobs. I'm talking like podcast management, Pinterest management, video editing, graphic design, talking to real experts in the field and how they got started and how you can get started too. So grab your free ticket. I will link that where appropriate, and you can get started on that. Okay. So into the next video, we are going to talk about homeschool resources for you. And these are all resources that I use and love. And we have stuff that's like whole curriculum that I'm going to recommend, and also stuff that's just like, hey, if you just need something for a few weeks, or hey, your kids are done after an hour of school and you need more stuff for them to do that's like kind of fun, but also educational. Yeah. Okay, we're going to go over that. So I'll see you in the next video.